You're now tuned into So West Coast live. We're broadcasting. We're going to go ahead and I'm on hold over here with GoDaddy. They're giving me a hard time about being able to market all of my channels, so I want to, include them in on the meeting. I'm about to call another broadcaster. Let's see how long we'll be on here. Brought to you live by the Santa Cruz So West Coast studio. If you haven't booked it, you should have. See if we can get Mr. Murdoch over here for the Riverside location for broadcasting. Contact SWC broadcasting.com. It's a little late in the afternoon. I've been up all morning. Typical So West Coast day. Up all night. Trying to get the channels up for SWC Broadcasting. Now I want to be able to promote the channels. For some odd reason, my account isn't necessarily working correctly. I wonder why. So, thank you for all tuning in. Shout out to everybody out there. Salute So West Coast. This is the time I spend. I want to know. I need the answers. Why it's not up. This is what I'm trying to do. Let's do it. This is what I get. Just for you to get SoWestCoast.com. A small price to pay, but it's priceless. The end results are priceless. Well, of course, this is the old school exclusive Nipsey Hussle Living Legends version of So West Coast Design clothing line.
Alright, thank you for your patience. So I've got an answer from them. So it looks like they actually got a clear-cut answer as to what was kind of going on with some of these. When they were doing the testing, it looked like it was Facebook information that really was coming back and getting the error out. And I've got the report back on what he said on this. So I want to make sure you're still there with me.
Yep.
Cool. So what he said on here is that when it does a remote connection into the Facebook post, what was happening on here was that the connection was timing out on their server. So what ends up happening is it just reports back as an error on our side. On that part, it can't be modified in here. It's just one of the things that he said really, he said it happens more with Facebook than normally the other parts in terms of like the Twitter and the other accounts, because the API connection we use, they have a lot more traffic floating into that one. So we get from time to time where their servers kind of pretty much tell us that they're too busy at the moment and reject the post. He said you can just go in, he did do a test connection and said that you have everything set up correctly with it, but you might from time to time have to re-input the Facebook ones if you do see that. And we can't really modify it from the understanding he gave to me, just because you didn't do anything wrong or have anything set up incorrectly on here. It just was being rejected on their server at the time of the request. So really what we're looking at is, like I said, just what we're getting the information back on our reports. But it looks like we've been kind of having a little more, we've been having these instances a little more recently in regards to Facebook. So we're working with them to try and see if we can make sure to get a more open request line with it. But it can't be modified at this time until they respond to us about some more information in regards to that. you have any questions, anything you want to like bring up with it, like in regards to what I was finding out on here, you shoot at me, Nicholas.
I don't know. So okay. Okay. I don't even know what to say about that.
Sorry, believe me, he dropped a lot on me at one time, so I was just trying to make sure I was properly able to communicate all that back to you.
All right. Damn. You guys, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. The last couple people that I've called, I feel bad now because you guys just get put in the middle of this at this point.
Oh, no, believe me, I get it. We do, like, especially with things social media related, there's just so many working parts to it, so it's always trying to figure out, like, the detailed information. That's why once I started digging and I couldn't see what it was, I went straight to him. And he really just pulled up the test connection thing and showed me, and it was kind of crazy, like, how that works with it, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, at some point in time, they need to hire me for breaking all their shit. You know what I mean?
Dude, I would love that. You can be just that tester, that they do for like video games and stuff, where it's like, all we want you to do all day is just break our stuff so we can do other things with it.
I mean, honestly, they've stolen enough shit from me at this point now on the internet with my company and my brand. Like, it's really kind of annoying. You know what I mean? And you know what? One of those jobs would be awesome. At this point, it would be nice if someone even like, who do I talk to? Is there somebody that I could talk to at GoDaddy in regards to that, or what? Because this is constantly happening in regards to what I'm doing with you guys' products now. And
really?
Oh yes, absolutely. I have an online mall, and what it was I call you guys quite often. I don't have any issue with being transparent with my account and what it is that I'm doing, but this is like normal for me. And what it is you guys will have to like call somebody else, and then it'll be like, well, that's never happened before. And my whole thing is, well, can you, like, I almost want to see the back end stuff at this point, because the brand is big enough to be on an international marketing level where I have 12 channels. That's why I'm trying to broadcast this. I'm trying to actually do a remote broadcasting. I have international remote broadcasting that I've been doing through these channels, and putting the Ustream on there with multiple Ustream in regards to being the forefront of this internet stuff. And like I tell people all the time, I create the internet. You know what I mean? So when I call into GoDaddy and you guys are like, oh, this has never happened before, like one of these IT companies is going to have to hire me or pay me at some point. You know what I mean? Whether I would much rather deal with GoDaddy, 100%. I would much rather deal with GoDaddy because it really is based off of the .com and marketing and branding. So I don't necessarily want to have to go to Facebook or Google. I live an hour away from these companies, and I can do all this stuff remotely. And you guys, when I forward the information up to you guys, a lot of times they don't know what to do. So realistically, they'll just be like, last time I called, they talked to me about the Ustream, me putting the Ustream pages in there, and it's because I have multiple Ustream accounts. Like, I could do, like, why wouldn't I put 4 people's Ustream page like the Brady Bunch on there? So I created that. I did it. You feel what I'm saying? And now that because of the what is it called? The broadband law that they put into place, it now doesn't allow me to do that. They have to charge me for it. So I literally created a whole genre of other products for GoDaddy to have.
That's just crazy. I mean, just thinking with that. Wow.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, I'm just like, I just want to talk to somebody that actually wants to utilize that, especially with GoDaddy, because I built the company off the .com. So West Coast, the Internet Mall is off the .com. The Internet College is off the .com. These are internet real estates that no one has value to except for me. And I don't really, you know what I mean? At some point in time, you know, when my producer, I talked to my producer, he disappeared for 4 years. He disappeared literally in a red Hummer, okay? And I was talking to him today, and he was like, I was like, you know, how much money do you think you spent? Because you know what I mean? You haven't had a job for the last 4 years. People have just been supporting your lifestyle. And he's like, I don't know, man, like probably $500,000. You know what I mean? And I'm like, literally off of independent marketing and branding. So, I mean, everyone knows what this stuff is nowadays.
Yeah.
So I don't remote directing, remote marketing. The fact that I can break you guys' items, you know what I mean? That's got to be valuable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We got to get you to just test it and try to do everything you can just to break it.
Yeah, though it's easy for me to break it. The reason why I don't break it is because then I end up being followed around by these other marketing companies, Facebook and GoDaddy. You know what I mean? Not GoDaddy, but Facebook specifically has actually. You know what I mean? They take offense to it because I know who owns Facebook.
So like, they've actually like reached out to you in regards to that information then?
From the computer standpoint, am I not supposed to know when somebody is monitoring my computer?
No, I'm not like that. I was just wondering exactly what had happened with that. That just sounds like, I mean, it sounds like it's straight out of a movie thing. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that they're, like, tracking you down and, like, looking over that information, that's crazy.
You just saw it. You are seeing the back end of the stuff that I'm doing on my side, which I'm watching, and I'm like, dude, I just have a .com. I call GoDaddy. They tell me how to fix it. Now, you guys are like, we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are straight like, we don't know. Like, I don't even know how you did that. I'm looking at it, and I don't know how you did it.
Well, the only thing you're looking at on here, then, was, like, just the API connection with Facebook with timing out and failing. I mean, that one he knew, like, what was going on with it. The only thing is that since it's an API request into Facebook, if it fails, we can only just reinitialize and try and redo it again because their servers just pretty much, like, shut us down on that point. So that part, he understands what happened with that one. And like I said, you didn't set up anything wrong or do anything with it, but at that time, it just pretty much, when we connected to their server, it failed to post your information. That's why it came back with that errored out time, like on the last one, like on, it was showing from September 17th.
They're not even connecting. They're not even connecting from my end. Like when I try to connect it,
yeah,
they won't connect. They won't stay connected where I could even post. They'll just start falling off because, like you said, it's timing them all out. Okay, so I understand what that is because I don't think I'm impervious to the internet. I don't think my posts, you know what I mean, are so unscrutinized that they can manage to hit West Coast and that, or hit Facebook in that many different aspects and avenues at one time.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I mean, I feel like you've been around the block almost, and like, hey, well, it's like I said, then I mean, you're at this point that what you got to do then is you got to somehow get like one of these processes copyrighted them before you get like Facebook. Because Facebook, I feel like their biggest thing has just been taking information they see out of other people, and then they just almost like immediately trying to incorporate it into theirs. Been crazy on some of the stuff that I've seen with that over the last few years.
I understand that, which is why I'm talking to you about it, because I'm somebody who uses you guys' products. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, my interest in that was building my brand. At this point, it's turned into a marketing and branding company because of the way that the internet works. And me, it's a video game product for me as far as I'm concerned. That's what I generally do. I use you guys' product to build marketing things, and that's what I'm saying. Them trying to incorporate it, they can't incorporate it in it. They're at the point of stemming all of my views and my traffic, and they still can't necessarily stop it because it's stuff that hasn't never been done before. So you know what I mean? Like I said, I'd much rather deal with GoDaddy on that because you guys put me in a position to be able to have the .com. I'm using you guys' products. It's you guys' reseller account, and I don't want to necessarily have to go around where I built it. So you know what I mean? It's just food for thought because you know what I mean? You guys have my email number, you have my email address and stuff like that. I know that that's not. You know what I mean? I'm sorry you had to get this call, like, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I definitely do. Believe me, I have no problem with that. Like I said, my whole thing is I'm here just trying to help out for anything I can. That's what I'm looking at. But yeah, I can understand where the frustration on that definitely is coming from.
I'm not frustrated at this point with it. I'm pleasantly surprised by it because it's just been I guess something that happened along the way of me having a internet-based business.
Yeah, so you're the reason why I can't connect and like do things online. It's because you broke the internet. Is what I'm going to tell everybody from now on.
Yeah, essentially. Thank you. Yeah.
I got at least attribute some to you on that, right?
Yeah, you know, I got you. I just don't know how. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that's going to translate to in a marketing aspect, especially coming from the company that I built from. You guys would be the only qualified person to be able to tell me that. Like, yeah, SoWestCoast.com broke the internet. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, believe me, that's gonna be my go-to anytime I get someone else. That's gonna be my quote now.
What, Brandon? You know, is it cool if I record? You know what I mean? This for my my YouTube channel.
I don't have any problem with anything being recorded. I just don't know if it can just be utilized. I have no idea how that works when I'm on the company line. I don't know.
Okay. No, I got you. I just wanted to at least get your permission. You know what I mean, for at least the video, because I generally at this point, like, I called because I that's what I pretty much figured had happened, and I called and I recorded it. You know what I mean, on my So West Coast on air meetings. So we're live, you know what I mean, and I've just been like, kind of like, I think, you know what I mean, I need to call them and see what's going on with my site. I basically created something that should, you know, basically be the most awesome thing ever that's ever existed. And I'm going to turn it on right now, and it's going to change and revolutionize the internet, and you just confirmed that. So, thank you very much, you know what I mean?
I gotta do what I can do, so I'm here to support.
Yeah, SoWestCoast.com, you know, GoDaddy is one of our sponsors. Brandon is the man. Thank you very much, Brandon at GoDaddy. Support. I'm calling in the back-end reseller line. This is the line you call when they can't answer it anywhere else. Like, this is who I call. Brandon is telling me I broke the internet. You know what I mean? SoWestCoast.com. If you want your marketing and branding done, I'm Nicholas Drake. You're watching it live. You know? Brandon, you know what I mean? You guys got my email address over there, man. You know, give me a call. Let me know what you guys want me to do next. You know what I mean? I don't know how to deal with that. It's just, you know what I mean?
You're down right with it.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I have you know, SoWestCoast.com, and I created SWCBroadcasting.com, which is my own online remote studio, which is internationally based. Network and marketing, doesn't exist on the internet per GoDaddy here. So yeah, you know, that's pretty much what my company has done at this point. I really appreciate you guys over there. You guys have really been extremely awesome. I'm very glad that you guys are a sponsor. I'm part of the affiliate program over there as well.
Well, as I always say, I appreciate the feedback and everything on there. It's always good to hear.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate it. Well, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do next about that. You know what I mean? I guess you guys would have to just let me know.
Well, what I'm gonna look to do is just see if we get any more information on it. Like you said, it's one of those things we put in the request on it. But yeah, if you keep doing it where it's going through on there, I don't know if it's too much information from me or what. But yeah, what I'm just looking at is if we can get anything, definitely got the contact info on here. Just gonna wait to get some feedback from them then. Okay, Nicholas?
Okay, sounds good. You did an awesome job, man. Definitely send me the survey request. You know what I mean? I definitely want to thank you because you know, that's a awesome thing to have done. I'm sure that.
Well, I do appreciate that because it always comes back good to me. So thank you again on that, and we'll look back to hearing back from you a little bit later then.
All right.
Okay, Nicholas?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely appreciate it.
All right, take care.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Later. Okay. SoWestCoast.com, Internet Supermall. I'm Nicholas Drake. I'm the guy that broke the internet. You guys have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching SoWestCoast.com.